Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and thank you for joining me on another video. Just a quick one to show you my 10mm League of Augsburg project and the progress I'm making at the moment. The figures you've got in front of you are for the Jacobite side, fighting for King James, who in one way was fighting for King Louis. The regiment, the foot regiment behind is Fitzgerald's. It's fairly simple regiment to paint, as it's all like bluey green, dark greys. I chose that one mainly because it was a quicker regiment for me to paint, as time's a bit pressing. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Oh, let's zoom back out again. I think it's easier if I lift one up. So that's Fitzgerald's. Again, these have got the apostles hanging off them at the back with the powder charges. Again, the usual cork rocks. The bushes are from Woodland Scenics. And then a few tufts that have been made by myself. Well, they don't particularly stand out because they were made with the same material, so they don't really stand out very well. The colour that they're flying, or two colours that they're flying, this one on the right here is the the regimental colour, the colonel's colour. The one on the left I've just had to make up. Usually it's a lieutenant colonel's colour. I didn't have any information on that, so often they'll just have it on the back. They'd usually fly the background colour, or if there was something with a coat of arms in, they might just have it without the coat of arms on. So that's a bit make-believe, but it do for me. So, and again, they're just painted paper. Crash landed those. These two bases are part of my artillery park. You've got a couple of civilian labourers. I've got the idea that they'd dump some coal there to fire some furnaces for working metal for the cannons, doing some repairs on them. Sergeant's telling them what to do, and there's a couple of lads taking a chance to skive at the back there, having a chat. The civilians are actually from the English Civil War range that they do, so they tend to be slightly smaller, but not too bad at this scale. And I'll just put a few cords of wood there at the side. So that's that. And this guy here, this is an officer telling a couple of fellas how to lower that barrel onto a gun carriage that's waiting. Didn't really. I've rushed this one a bit, and the wire that I've used for rope is actually a musketeer with. I've removed his musket, but I didn't actually wrap the blooming metal around the wire around his hand just to make it look like he's hauling on it. So when I've come to actually move it, because I've super glued it in place and painted it, it would have damaged everything too much, so it'll do for this one. I got this idea from the League of Augsburg site. They do a 28mm kit, more or less doing the same thing that I've knocked up here with some toothpicks. The officer here, he's at the rear there pointing. He's 7-year war Pendragon figure, one of their civilian range, and he's actually got one of those tight little powdered curly wigs on. So I've actually had to put a wig on top of a wig to make him look more 1600s. So there you go. That's me artillery park complete. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a quick look at these. They are advancing now. I've got another regiment on the go and a regiment of dragoons behind them. As I say, I literally just, as I'm doing my commission work in it, I just, if I've got a bit of spare paint, I pop them on. So they can take a couple of weeks just to do a tiny regiment, but I'm in no massive hurry. Now I've got these complete, never mind the two regiments that are still being worked on, I'm actually going to start doing some of the buildings I got from Battle Scale and the wall sections and that. And then it's a case, hopefully, of getting some actual work, some battles in. So thanks a lot for stopping by and taking a look. I do hope everything's okay with you guys and your projects are going to plan, and I'll catch you again on another video. Cheers.